But this embassy hasn't started yet. We're just gonna barge in?
Just no more politics. No more delays.
Oh well. Now at least you have some backup.
I guess I do. We'll see how it goes.
That is the line between East and West. Cross it and die.
Hold on now. Let's take it easy.
None may walk this valley until our signal sounds. That was our accord with the Karja.
I'm not Karja. I came here on my own to ask for rite of passage.
But they opened the gate for you, did they not? What is the meaning of this violation?
Why send a child? Do they want to parley or not?
The Karja can't be trusted. This is known.
Forget the Karja. This has nothing to do with them. I need to go west to save lives. Maybe even yours.
The only lives you can save are your own. By turning back. Now.
Hold! She's telling the truth about one thing. She's not Karja. She's a Nora from the Savage East. And if she seeks to save lives, should we not listen? Let me speak to her. One last favor for a fellow marshal before he's taken away. A fearless, red-headed Nora. You must be the so-called savior of Meridian.
Just Aloy.
I am unyielding Fashav. Once of the Karja High Command, last of the army of the setting sun. You'll have to forgive my comrades. Tensions are high. This embassy is a delicate affair. They're about to return me to the Sundom, a gesture that might help soothe painful grievances. And now you arrive, unheralded.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I just need to go west.
So you say. I might be able to help, but I need to know why. Along with some assurance that I won't regret it.
I've never seen markings like that.
The Karja seat for the Tenakth.
Looks like you've...
I've fought my share of battles, but I feel that my life, like my markings, this side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like...
How did you come to be among the Tenakth?
It's quite a story, though I suppose neither. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I guess we have time.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Gerard, hoping to... I failed. They committed unspeakable atrocities. When the clans overran our forward encampment, I stayed behind to help and was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy, and they paid me back in kind on the journey to their camp. I lost so much blood on the way when they threw me before Chief Akab. I thought I was dead for sure.
So when you met the Tenakth chief...
I'd kept my ears open and I heard mutterings about so. When they flung called the Kulrut. Thinking my life, or even the other Tenakth howled, but Hekaro, evidently, he allowed me to participate.
You said the Kulrut is a...
Yes. But it doesn't pit men against it. Instead, the combatants fight, believe me. It is a machine while hundreds around you scream.
I know more about that than you might think.
Do you? I had hoped for freedom, but...
You wound up serving the Tenakth.
The winners of the Kulrut must serve the...
You mentioned that word before.
The word itself refers to, in practice, marshals are part magistrate, part judge. I won my place among their rank, but many Tenakth still spat on the ground. They did.
I guess that's one way to do.
As you may have noticed, violent to survive, one must match. The truth is, though, the Karja speak it. I can't blame the Tenakth for hating them.
So then, are you still Karja?
Part of me. Yet there is much to admire about. I've heard stories about what it was. 3 clans always at war. Hekaro and the marshals have crafted it, and now he looks to the future. Who knows? Maybe that...
The Karja talk about Hekaro as if he's a monster.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him. It is true that he is fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought but he is no bloodthirsty tyrant like the Mad Sun. I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet him, as I was, you would find that he only wants the best for his people. I hope you do speak to him. I'm sure you'd interest him. So, that's my story. You're the first Easterner to hear it, but not the last. The Karja need to know what I have learned.
Yeah. The way you talk about the Tanakh is a lot different than how they do. Are you glad to be going back to Meridian?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't mind sleeping in a feather bed or sipping wine from the southern vineyard, but I have another goal in mind. As someone who knows the Tanakh and the Karja, I'm in a unique... If Sun King Avad is amenable, my hope is...
The Tanakh don't seem that peaceful.
They're not, as a rule. Chief Akaro knows that survival often requires change, even if that change means putting aside centuries of war.
You asked why I need rite of passage. I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer. 6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian. That threat still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines. The source of it all has gone west, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian, an army of demons vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine. I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tanakh lands. A task so important, and it's just the two of you. Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Akaro knows the West better than anyone. He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Your choice. You can find him at his palace, past the mountains to the southwest. Tell him I sent you, and he'll listen to it.
Look! The Sky Clan's banner.
Marshals. It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me.
And the commander?
No. I could only convince a few. He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all 3 clans. If there are fewer from the Sky Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
What's going on?
Not all Tanakh can stomach the idea of parley with the Karja, but enough have come for us to begin.
Then I'll be on my way.
No! The other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
The Karja have opened the gates.
As the sun rises over a land at war, so too can it set over a land at peace. Today is such...
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tanakh!
Regala. Chief Akaro's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy. Hikaru has betrayed us! The embassy is proof! And all of you marshals are his accomplices! For this, I condemn you to death!
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us, exile.
Lancers! Form up!
They're riding machines!
Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Vashav! Come with us now, or not at all!
Archers! Light them up!
Get to cover!
Archers! Keep them back! Left flank! To the Karja! Run them down!
They're not gonna make it.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!
Kaja! Stand your ground!
Fire at will! I don't have a shot!
What happened? Can you see?
It's just us now.
Hey! Come down and fight fair! Lancers! Take the center!
Get ready!
Stick to cover! Archers on the ridge! Here they come!
Alarm! Machines can't protect them! Another one falls!
Here it comes!
survived worse.
You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both! Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
You're next, girl.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. Ah! There! Now's my chance! Give it up! My shield's regenerated! Shield's gone! He's vulnerable! Your turn! Come down here and face me!
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life today. Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the Marshals! Slaughtered the Karja! So begins our war on Hikaru. Move out!
Get him to the camp. Now.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't you? Guess I'm stuck with Aaron. For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
I got you.
It's salvage time, boys.
I don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
Aloy. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The Marshals weren't expecting Regala to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Voidis, Vashav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regala ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. They must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
Vashav called Regala a rival. Someone that's not...
Her attack was...
They knew the lay of the land, and they knew Vashav was... If the Tenakth weren't expecting her, she must have spent months...
They had to have made camp. Somewhere they could lie.
About Vashav.
Survived for years. It's a cruel...
There was more. He spoke of advocate...
Too late for that.
What will happen to him?
His body will be as a cousin of the Sun King. No soldier could act.
It's too bad.
At least Nozar went down well. I'll make sure they're given...
Do you think the Karja will take action against... Seems like you'd have common ground with the Tenakth.
An expedition of the Karja army into the would be taken as the start of... Sun King Avad won't... That said...
You said the Tenakth lands. What can I expect to find?
Well, And then New Taru fought past that. Their territory is split in...
Right. I saw their...
The desert clan is closest. Where everyone else sees an somewhere beyond the desert and the territories of the other...
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army, but the united clans rose up against them.
So no one except the Tenakth.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian.
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their land...
That's right. Plainsong, they're a peaceful bunch. More taken to farming than
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farm...
Make no mistake, they have a... When the Karja were pushed back, their warriors chased ours through the... The Sun King has made but so far...
If they're so peaceful...
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal. You'd think that'd make them open to...
This area is no man.
That it is. But after Avad, he reached the Tenakth agreed to a Karja and Oseram.
But now, it seems like we're gone.
Well, I'd never call no man's land. The ancient ruins of the south, remnants of some forgotten war.
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to there were a couple of other parts. Even saw 2 Karja scouts. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just...
I'd need to be on my...
Then I wish you luck. And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you,